I want to thank you for joining our July 27th PZM Essentials webinar. My name is Dan Bahe, and I am one of the Precision Business Planning Specialists here at AgSolver today. And in this webinar, we're going to be reviewing updated reports within PZM. Just to give you of our agenda for today, we'll have our introduction, then navigate to the Create Report pop-up window, create reports based off either enterprise, farm, field, or scenario level, and then we can create reports based off of the business performance, return ratio, cash flow, yield, soil, break-evens, return on investment, production efficiency, topography, tier 1, as applied, multi-year business performance, or negative return assessment. And we'll get into more specific detail what's in each of those reports. And then also the ability to create custom reports, and then we can either print or save these completed reports. And then we'll follow up with any questions anyone might have. So just to give you a little bit of background, we are in Q&A mode. So if you have a question, please feel free to type your questions underneath my contact information in the chat box. You can contact myself or any of the team members. So my email is djbahe@agsolver.com, or you can email to our support team at support@agsolver.com, or you can always give me a call. My cell phone number is 319-238-1978. Now we'll hop into the specific application. Head over to Profit Zone Manager. We'll pull up and hop into the AgSolver demo enterprise. So in this field, we're actually going to be looking at the Lincoln field. For this field, we have data from 2011 all the way up to 2015. The majority of these are planning scenarios, or actual scenarios, excuse me. So, but where we create reports, right up at the top right hand corner, we have the Create Report button. We can click on that, and this is where we can create a report based off of an enterprise. So every farm and every field within a specific enterprise, or we can just create a report based off of a specific farm, and a farm may have, say, 3 or 8 fields within that, or we can specify it down to the exact field or the exact scenario. But during this webinar, we're going to go ahead and create a report based off of the enterprise performance. So, and on the left, we have it tagged as actual. We can create a report on actual or implemented. So actual is actual production history. Implemented is for those implemented scenarios within a field. And here we have our list of all of our reports that we can create. So, and if we hover our mouse over the little info icon, which information will be within the report. So the business performance will display the financial performance summary, both on the enterprise scale and also down to the exact field scale. Return ratio. This includes a profitability acres histogram. Next, we have the cash flow. This shows the specific crop budget that is being applied to the scenarios in the fields. Next, we can create our yield maps for an entire enterprise with one click. It's pretty straightforward. Or we can get the soils maps for all of your particular fields. Next, we have the break-even maps, which will show the break-even yield increase or the expense decrease to break even. Next, we have return on investment maps. After that, we have the production efficiency map layers that shows your production per $1,000 spent, how efficient you are with your working capital. Next, we have a Turfy map, then the Tier 1 map, which is just a one-page document displaying the yield, profitability, and return on investment for a particular field within an enterprise. Next, we have as applied, so we can print off all of our as applied maps, whether it's planting, spraying, or fertilizing. We can print all of that off. Then we have the multi-year business performance, and then the negative return assessment, showing the multi-year summary of the selected fields and the environmental factors. So if it's a soils issue, if it's a topography issue, things like that, along with a multi-year profit and return on that layer. But what we're going to do, we'll create a report based off of the business performance. And when you select that, you can see all of the years worth of yield data that we have in this specific enterprise. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and actually select all. So we're going to be counting for everything within this particular enterprise. We'll select that, and then what we'll do, we'll come to the bottom right hand corner where you'll see the green print button, and just go ahead and click print. So what's going on right now, report has been submitted to be processed. So in under a minute, 2 minutes, we'll have a print report button be highlighted in green, where we can either print or save this report. But we'll go back to the report page, and right next to our actual or implemented, we have a custom where we can make custom reports. And for this, I like it so I can come in, select a farm or a particular field. Let's just call it the Lincoln field. If it's a Ritchie field, we can select actual production 2015 because I want to see the yield map. We can add that, and then we can come over and click on our as applied data. So really, within just a few clicks, we can print off our yield map and also our as applied maps, and we can custom create reports, things like that. It's really simple. You probably just heard my phone go off. When a report is ready, you'll get an email. So we come over and we'll download our report. So it pops up a new window. I'm going to drop this down. So here you can see our report for this business performance. So across the top, you'll see the total enterprise performance. So right now we're looking at 132 acres. We have the farm along with the Brant East, and then we have our business performance broken out. So here we're looking at a profitability map, and then a separate field, which is a Brant East field, showing the financial performance of that field. So, and then we have various other fields broken out also. So then we can either, we'll scroll back up to the top, we can either print this report to our local printer, or we can save and download this report. What I like to do, I've created a separate folder on my desktop, which will automatically save. Usually I rename this, we'll call this AgSolver Demo Business Performance. report. And we can save it there. Or if we wanted to print it, we can come up here, click the little printer icon up at the top right hand corner. It'll print to a PDF format. So it's really simple. And there's a lot of flexibility when it comes to creating reports. So if we close this, we can create another report, base it off the enterprise. If we want our yield maps, we can select all or just pick and choose which maps that we want to see. So creating reports is very simple. See if anyone has any questions. So what we can do, we'll actually go ahead and create a custom report based off of our yield. So we'll come select the farm, we'll select the field of Richie, and then base it off of our planning, and then we'll come over and select Richie, planting, and then send that off to be printed or created. So our report has been created. Click download. So now, just in that short time, we have our yield map for this field, and you can see our yield maps are inverse in colors, so the darker the red, the higher the yield. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to either contact either myself or one of the team members, and we can answer questions, or we can also create reports for you and then email to you. So if there is no more questions, I want to thank you for joining our July 27th PZM Essentials webinar, Creating Reports within Profit Zone Manager. I want to invite you to our next webinar at 11 o'clock this morning, which is our intermediate planning webinar, where we'll be going over considering cover crops in 2017. And we'll be creating scenarios where we're going to be using the cover crops to help build organic matter levels within some of our more variable sandy fields, and then also use that cover crop to help as a cost savings on weed suppression, and then also view it as a yield increase to our soybean production. So, and one last thing that I do want to mention, that this webinar will be available on YouTube after it is completed. So, and both webinars will be. So I want to thank you for joining, and see you at 11 o'clock.